Sofo Penny Lori Tetteh 2024. Eka ya can be a Catholic Bishops Conference say, Woman Yachum, and Woman Kasa and for LGBTQI plus and a fine go see him. Sadia ye chua dear, as I said, you're sorry, Emma or Kaya can say, some Penny Kufado and science have been one. Obesim pam on one man demonstration. Obesim Edia seat of government, actually, man Penny Kufado say, this nonsense must stop. Sabokai, and ideas of Penny is that what's the name? In fact, LGBT nyawanism. One kasa we no. Esa okotena Wa wotena se. Na wa bisa wo say. Wa bisa wo pass the asem a wo kan yi. Wa honimu, wa dwenimu, wa disuamu, onti asemu. Se President Akufo-Addo na tie kunwa so se Ghana mampani a. Enka de wo kan no nure. Sa na obeka no ana.
And as much as we are grumbling, everybody wants to impress certain people. And that is the nonsense for me. That must stop.
Etoda asofo ni binom wonom a ena emma wom ho kwan emma Ghanafoɔ ede wom anim etwitwiri fom to de bia wonom ede amanyosem akatakata wom anim eye niema bia ya na enyefe aban we wo so a kwan a asofo ni wom be dili no se wo firi so aban foforo baba no nyesa ena wom ne be dili ene nam so menne Sofo efe ne se Lawrence Tetteh ya wono oye kofare badema worldwide miracle outreach omo headquarters wo London abrochimemu no ne ono ankasa wa fa bi papa ebra na MPP amonyokuo wo so no pani sori gina fa LGBT ho e ma ne ka se ono ankasa osimo pampan mache akọ Jubilee House ho senanado ampase LGBT na eye absolute nonsense eye nonsense kura ema osofo penny ye press conference kasa tietiemu chese wo kasa kire MPP na nado bahat ewo LGBT ho sensem ya na ye nyina ye ni baabi ekokoduru ya MPP aban efiri akonwa kese so ene NDC amonyokuo ena abamu wonu mukuta majority a omokas ene ye tu na mo wo LGBT ho a obi ntimi no mo ntwe nkonua koro Speaker of Parliament NDC ni ena omukuta 180 something MPs enti so omuka se ne ya ye de ko parliament se ye mpene a enye sa abre no na MPP wo ho na ne mu achemienu pepepe no ene de entisa enti die pa ne si wono kwan a enti ama ebesi ne wono mpase LGBTQ said wo mu ade share bossam George ne NDC amonyukuo wono totoma ne baby left and right di MPP fo ne na do atemu a ene wono ba beduru ya ade na esenke em omo bosome no afi ba ko ne akire ni afi mpo de His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say LGBTQ ho sensem no krampo de nya de ehia Ghana say enya de ehia yen enna sofo ibie muni a say kum ebre ya no owura Lawrence Tetteh otie temu MPP pension ebinim ka say okay opani ebi ana na ni abrepa enna NDC baye ede na waye ye ni kan ko tie opani Lawrence Tetteh ebre na MPP wo ho no kwan ya ofa so oni MPP diliye ewo LGBTQ ho no.
I think it's about time we make politicians know we voted them into power. The cowardice that Christian leaders have been made to and religious leaders have been made to is a shame. And I'm embarrassed with some of our clergymen. As much as we are interested in our titles, in the big titles, and who we are and how long we served, I'm yet to hear certain people speak against these manners. And for me, that is a shame. And so it starts from my home too. It starts from the clergymen. It starts from the religious clerics. It starts from the home of the chief imam. It starts from the chairman of Christian Council. It starts from the apostolic leaders. It starts from apostolic fathers. It also starts from the Catholic, Methodist, Presbyterian, and Anglican. But also beyond that, it starts from the charismatic leaders. We've been too quiet. And as much as we are grumbling, everybody wants to impress certain people. And that is the nonsense for me that must stop. This nonsense cannot be taken to Kuwait. It cannot be taken to Saudi Arabia. It cannot be taken to certain part of the world. Does it mean that because of poverty, any junk at all should be placed on this? That is, for me, I take a serious exception. I'm sitting back now here, and thank God I've also been to school. I'm educated. And so I'm listening to intellectual discourse, and I'm not looking at it from the, but I think that we are losing and missing out on the crunch of it. homosexualism. Our cultural value doesn't accept it. Our religious value doesn't accept it. And traditional norms does not accept it. Why do we impose on our children? And I was born at Jamestown, Kafui. I was born at Jamestown. I was privileged to be born at Jamestown. In that community, when you go now, it's a mess. And so why do we want to destroy our nation?
Okay, into rural Lawrence Tetteh ena yakoko tie no kakra bra obashi MPP ene nanado afei ya to abawi ama His Excellency John Dramani Mahama sisi wabawe yo mampeni okuta majority of parliament BBNC ne kwan ono ankasa ne bo hu de wurese mo nya ntem to mame na memra na memese sansa ne ma we nyina mu ene wo ba ye ensembe no akakoka ye nika ntie na John Dramani Mahama kitwa bi mbra afi Lawrence Tetteh no ano obo de wuro no ensembe ne woka na afi ye mra meti na ya Kesseh response a odi ama no wasa suban no a wada na die se wo Sofo pani no na yenti na ya Kesseh nsomra.
Regarding LGBTQ plus issues, it remains a highly emotive and sensitive issue, even in the most advanced liberal democracies. I explained during my recent engagement with the World Affairs Council that it's not the most important issue we face as a nation. We're still grappling with the provisions of basic needs of education, healthcare, jobs, food, clothing, and shelter. Nevertheless, the private members' bill introduced in Parliament has sparked a complex and sensitive national conversation. Our position is guided by our Constitution, respect for human rights and dignity of all persons, and the need to preserve social cohesion. While there are strong and differing views within our society, we believe that these issues must be addressed through democratic processes, our core values, dialogue, and the rule of law. I'm also mindful of reactions from our international partners, including the recent developments such as Lincoln University's withdrawal of their honorary doctorate. These developments underscore the importance of continued engagement and mutual respect, and of situating our national decisions within our constitutional and cultural context. Ghana will continue to uphold its democratic values while engaging constructively with the international community.
And I am appealing to politicians not to politicize homosexualism. Because if we don't take care, in our bid to try to be politically right, we'll be offending people who love us dearly. And I have a saying that the people who love you, don't hurt them. And so let us think about the welfare of them. Let's also know that the religious even community, and not just the religious community, the traditionalists, the cultural, and our kings and our chiefs are also against it. So let's find a place well in our heart to make sure this bill doesn't become like what it became the last time. We wish President John Dramani Mahama well. He's somebody that I will not hide away from. I know him very well. He's my good friend. In fact, you say you don't have his number. I have his number. And I'm not ashamed to say I have his number. He's my big brother. Do you understand? Yeah. Somebody I revere. And sometimes you have a relationship with somebody. I'm praying that God helps him to get the people around him to build him to that capacity where he will come to that place and know that the God of the assemblies of God he serves will protect and support him. Definitely. Regardless of what his station is. God, and the same God has been his source of inspiration this many years past till today, will be his hope for the days to come. Lord Dina Mama, his wife will be protected, his children will be protected, and nothing will happen to him.
So for Kohwinii Lawrence Tetteh 2024, Ekaya Kabiti a Catholic Bishops Conference said, Omo yenya atwom and omo nyina nkasa emfa LGBTQI+ no ho and afan go si hen sa de na ye chiwade ese ya sorry ema okanya ka se se mampani Akufo-Addo ansan sa bill no a obesim pam ono nko one man demonstration obesim e dia seat of government a kire mampani Akufo-Addo say this nonsense must stop. Sabokai. And then there's Kohwinii Lawrence Tetteh. What's it doing? In fact, LGBT nyawa nyosem. One kasa ukanza se we no. Esa okotena se. Wa wotena se. Na wa bisa wo ho se. Wa bisa wo ho pa se dia asem a wo kan yi. Wa honim mu, wa dwene mu, wa disua mu, onti ase mu. Se President Akufo-Addo na tie kunwa so se Ghana mampani a. Enka de wo kan no nure. Sana obeka no ana. De o kan no nra no enka sana obeka. Me ade ba kwa me mpekra wo me radio adwuma ma ye nyina mu ne se. Me mpese me ka sofo bia ho asem. Asofo asem me mpeka kra. It's very uncomfortable for me. Me nya ade a me kakra. But say o nyame kwan na ode ato ho no. Se wo so ye sofo na wo beka no kra kire Ghana fo. Na nyame kwan todo no eda wo asofo esese mu hu no kra we na mo kan. Now they ba ye o de be wada because wa Kesseh president ma ye wadamfo or ye would be a only no country musam ni ade en ha me mini problem bia wo ho ba kanokre na ye hu se wa kanokre said ye no a wo kan no bra na ban ba ko no kan sa ne me say me no odi an kan kwa me ye boa at least I can speak for myself and my brother odi an kan kwa me ye boa me mfere ho da se me ka say LGBTQI me time michi eyachi wade ma sorry ameko me na me wagidie ka say me ma sorry ameko Catholic no Catholic chiri ye time sa de no eya bonsamo de se be ma say ma me kwan na me nware be ma oba se ma me kwan ma me nware oba. The Catholic Church has been consistent said ye tie nra no sa ho ani ejina ne ene da achi nyina ho ani ejina time wana Nana Sofo Joseph Osebonsu Konongo Mampon Woyɛ president Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference no we spoke against it and under Nana Sofo Majukwesi we are still speaking against it. That is principle. Osafo Lawrence Tetteh etimo pese mo kire say president ba ku bi wo hode a ende hu no kura e wo Bible no but other person wo hode a hu no kura e wo Bible no ka wo ye din anankeye uye din na kwa nka hwe ya na nka ye pa osafo se unimu a ade ba akwa e wo so amanfo kafa wo me ka mo atie anope se enra na social media so ma se wo pa o yesi abaya ti board bi a o mo na be hwe atonton state class ni ade na oda board no so bi eno so ye da nyina ka eno ansem a after we e ba social media no so and the scientists papa but more than the issue statement say some ne de anya no kre ba we de wo kan de video ne wo ho yin ya te say wo say my yemfa LGBT nyama nyosem so on say president mama be kan kire say enye priorities esi a owie na Felix Kwachi ofosu be kan say LGBT no enye priority mayen e na won so de abeto so say me fine ahwoden na wo de condemn o yetam na president Kufuor tie akonwa so no sa ahwoden na nka Sofo Penny Lawrence Tetteh obi ebuwo na me hwe se ka sa ahwoden be kasa ate president Mahama say obua ora eye priority magana for so ade na ye 20 priority 2024 then ye bedu 2026 the enye priority biom ade mo kem bi say ho sa asem no.
Peace FM.
Were you surprised by the outcome of the December 7 election?
Not at all.
You were not surprised?
Not at all.
Why? It didn't come as a surprise to you?
You know, sometimes politicians don't read between the lines. What I'm going to say is very sensitive, very heavy, but the truth. There are a lot of things that went against the ruling government. And they did not pick it earlier. One of those things was LGBT. For the first time in the history of Ghana, every stakeholder and all stakeholders were on one point, pointing to one thing. Christians and Muslims. Chief Imam could call for a meeting, and Christians could call for a meeting, and Chief Imam will be there. Or Chief Imam calls a meeting, and we will be there. Were together on one page. The religious leaders were together on one page. The traditional rulers and even atheists felt like, no, this is the way to go. And we did not take advantage of it.
But Parliament passed the bill. I mean, after all the hearing from groups which are pro-LGBT, groups that are anti-LGBT, did a little tweaking of the bill, and eventually it was passed by Parliament. And the president felt that someone is going to court with regard to this LGBTQ plus bill or anti-LGBTQ plus bill.
That was a distraction. That court
he says
issue,
let the court deal with it, and then after that we can think about signing
that court issue was a distraction. The court was a distraction.
A distraction by who?
I was privileged to be part of a 9-member committee that met with the president. This is no secret. Muslims, Christians, representation that felt the bill should be signed.
Yeah.
Don't forget that President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo came on a mantra that moved a lot of Christians. The battle is the Lord's.
Yeah.
And then there's no gainsaying that there's one gentleman, that's a fine gentleman. And he's a Christian, he's an Anglican. And he lost his wife, unfortunately, and remarried again. Married beautiful Rebecca, as he referred to him. It means he believed in a family value.
Yeah.
And so people thought, okay, let's go and have a meeting with His Excellency. It was about a 3-hour meeting. And it did not come to the place. And a lot of us felt that that court case was a distraction. In fact, we were even expecting him to lead it. I think still, though, that it's not late for President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo to sign that bill for Ghana. He should leave that as a legacy. People will love him. I'll be very naive to myself now if I say I have to be put in a particular box.
Right.
By the grace of God, what certain people need to align so much to a political party, by the grace of God, I don't need them anymore. I'm not looking for a Land Cruiser. I have it. I'm not looking for a house. God has blessed me. I'm not looking for a visa. I don't need a visa to travel to the UK. I'm a resident of the UK. It's no secret. I'm married there. My children were born there. My children are British. My siblings, my brothers and sisters are all British.
So you don't need all that stuff.
So I'm not in a hurry to go and persuade somebody, cajole somebody, lie to somebody to be given some favors. I speak my mind. And sometimes I have to speak my mind because that is what we can do to help some people. In fact, I know pastors in Ghana who could not speak against some of these manners because they were scared they would not get American visa or British visa.
Yeah, the LGBTQ.
Yes. Unfortunately, certain seasoned men of God that you expect that their voice would have gone very far. So that is why I'm very happy that at least we know if President John Mahama, President-elect, doesn't do it, we can hold Assemblies of God responsible.